welcome to the studio. I'm not in the woods today. I'm in my studio doing some drawing. And the reason I'm in the studio doing some drawing is because this is going to be a gift. I had planned on buying some goods from small local businesses, handmade stuff, but they're locked down as well and they can't finish the items I'd ordered. So, as I don't want to stick any more money in Jeff Bezos's back pocket, I don't want to order something off of Amazon, so I thought I'd do some art instead. And it's kind of full circle for me. You see, this is how I started off in business while I was still at school. Started off drawing and selling art, and then got into sign writing, and then from sign writing into corporate image design and graphic design. Went through art college, started working as a graphic designer, got fed up with it, went and did a load of other stuff, and then went back to it and ended up opening up a gallery, selling my own artwork and a couple of local artists' work, and then got into tattooing, and then back into artwork, and now here I am doing it again. And it's good. It's something I can do, something I can always fall back on, but it's the reason I'm doing it. The reason I'm doing it is because I would usually be here in the studio working, but I'm not allowed to. And I'm doing it as a gift because the people who were making the stuff I'd ordered, they're locked down as well. And a lot of people I'm speaking to think this is going to go back to normal on December the 2nd, or relatively quickly after that. I can't see it. For those of us who have looked into it and read up on the Great Reset and Agenda 21, we kind of know that this is just gearing up for a new system. And it doesn't bode well for small businesses. So I think we're going to have to start looking at what else we can do. Because truly, I can see next year that the lockdowns will either be harsher, stricter and longer, or they'll just close vast amounts of business. And the slightly larger businesses, the ones that most of you work for, they're going to be downsizing massively. Office blocks are going to be empty. People will be working from home. Those office blocks will be turned into living accommodation. I spoke on one of my first videos about the planning system and how government had taken back control from local authority of the planning system. One of the first things they did, which came into power this September, was to make planning on changing office buildings into living accommodation much quicker. You no longer need planning for it. You can just go ahead and do it. So that's one step to making it much quicker to fill the large towns and cities full of people where they can be controlled. And as unemployment rises where the medium-sized businesses are downsizing and small businesses are shut. Universal basic income will come into play, which will be at poverty level. Things do not look good. And I'm surprised at the amount of people that don't get this, that actually think that, okay, it's a virus, we'll just, stay at home, and then it's all going to go back to normal. So I need to ask you, if you're watching that and that's what you think that by December or January, things will be back to normal, businesses will be open as normal, and nothing would have changed. What are you going to do if that doesn't happen? What are you going to do when you lose your job? When you can't work? Because seriously, you need to start thinking about that now. You need to start putting things in place now. Now, I'm fairly sorted. I've managed, with the place I've got in the woods, to be able to grow my own food. Enough, if need be. My outgoings are minimal, less than £200 a month. And I realise I'm in a slightly privileged position with that. Most people's outgoings, if you add up mortgage or rent, electricity, gas, food, council tax, it's a lot more than £200 a month. So how are you going to get by if you can't work? For people out there who own their own business, what are you going to do if it doesn't go back to normal? You need to start preparing yourselves now. Now, I realise this is a bit of a black pill, but it has to be said. Too many people honestly believe it'll all be okay, it'll all go back to normal. I hope you're right, but I can't see it. So I'm going to crack on, get this present finished, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow, hopefully a bit more upbeat. But have a think. If it doesn't go back to normal, what are you going to do? Speak to you later, people.